Hey everyone, welcome to AFIA, your go-to newsletter on Africa's food industry. In this edition, we're talking about logistics, how African food products move, why so much of it never makes it to the shelf, and what is changing right now. I'm Giovanni, let's get into it. So here's a number that stopped me this month, 21%. That's how much African air cargo demand grew in February 26, the fastest growth of any region in this world, and the fifth month in a row. The Africa-Asia corridor surged 62%. And Ethiopian Airlines is ordering Boeing 777 converted freighters just to keep up. And Kenya just signed a deal with China. 98% of its products now enter duty-free. Easygoing, free of charge. The world wants African food, that much is clear. But, and this is important, in Durban, during peak export season, 55% of the people for refrigerated containers cannot be met. In Mombasa, in Kenya, it's 30%. The products are ready. The buyers are waiting, but the containers to ship everything at the right temperature aren't in the right place and at the right time also. That's exactly what this edition is about. The demand is booming, the system isn't ready yet. So before we go further, let's talk about the cold chain. That's our vocabulary of the month. So here is what the cold chain is about. It's the full journey from harvest to consumer, where temperature has to stay controlled. We have the cold room on the farm, the refrigerated truck, the reefer container on the ship, the cold storage at destination. Every single step matters. And here's the problem. If one line breaks, the entire chain falls. And in Africa, well, there is a lot of broken links. Picture this, okay? Your tomatoes leave the farm at 4 a.m. They arrive at the collection point. No cold room. They sit there in the sun until noon. The cold chain is already broken before it even started. The result, well, sub-Saharan Africa loses between 30 to 50% of its perishable food after harvest. The value of those losses exceeds $4 billion a year. $4 billion! Enough to feed 48 million people. And this isn't a production problem. Africa produces enough food. It's a system problem. Roads, storage, power, transport, everything that happens between the farm and the port. One number that says it all. The continent holds 16% of the world's population, but accounts for just 4% of global containerized shipping. And logistics costs eat up over 70% of a product's final price in many African countries. And in the US, it's just 6%. Now, this is where things start to shift because the money is starting to flow. For example, Myers invested over $100 million in 3 cold chain facilities in South Africa, operational since late 2025. DP World committed $2.5 billion in 2025, projects in Senegal, in DRC, and in Mozambique. And on the air side, Ethiopian Airlines scaled up its perishable cargo terminal to 450,000 tons per year. That's a serious scale up. And then there is the digital side. In November 2025, the AFCFTA launched a program called ADAPT, ADAPT, in partnership with the IOTA Foundation and the World Economic Forum. The goal? Well, it is to digitize trade paperwork. Right now, a single African shipment requires 30 entities and 250 paper documents for one shipment. And for that, pilot projects in Kenya have already cut document retrieval time from 6 hours to just 30 minutes. That's a lot of time winning. And ADAPT, the program, is rolling out in Kenya and Ghana first, then continent-wide from 2026. But not everything is working yet. For example, in Kenya, Trigger Foods, for a long time, it looked like a success story. $180 million have been raised. A network of 140,000 retailers, millions of kg of products moving every day. And they managed to cut post-harvest losses from 30% to just 4%. On paper, everything worked wonderfully. But in 2025, things changed. They suspended operations in Nairobi, laid off hundreds of employees, and started shifting away from a fully integrated model. Instead, they began outsourcing logistics to third-party providers. Why? Oh, because it's running the entire supply chain themselves was just too expensive for them. The lesson is simple. In African food logistics, getting the model right matters more than raising money. So think about logistics first. Now, my favorite part, yeah, innovation spotlight. And this time we go in Nigeria. Cold hubs. The concept, modular cold rooms, 100% solar powered, installed right in open air markets. No grid correction needed. Each unit stores up to 3 tons and runs 24/7. But what really makes it work is the business model. It is a pay as you store, 25 cents per day per crate. No subscription, no upfront costs. You just show up, you rent a crate, you store your products, and you pick it up when you have a buyer. Products now last up to 21 days. That's wonderful. Today, Call Apps has around 54 call rooms across 22 Nigerian states, which is really big, over 11,000 users. Spoilage cut by 80%. Users are doubling their monthly income from $60 to $120. Yes, now kids can go to school. And they are not stopping there. 45 new units are planned to be built. And a new phase change cooling technology for fish and meat that drops temperature to -15. And expansion underway to Benin, Mali, Senegal, Cote d'Ivoire. Wow, they're taking the whole West African. Yeah, 25 cents and a crate of tomato. That's all it takes. That is what a solution that understands its market looks like. And that is what a solution that understands his market looks like. So that's it for this edition. All the link sources, the refer gap reports, everything is in the description below. So go check it out. There's a lot worth exploring. And before you go, one question for all of you. We all know that moment when the lights flicker, the fridge stops, and silent. Power shortages. Yes, we are dealing with that a lot now. Everyone in Africa has a story about it. Share yours in the comments, how it has impacted your life, your business, your activities, whatever. I would genuinely like to hear your experience. If this was useful, share it with someone who needs it, and I will see you next month. À toutes!